Hello everybody, I'm Moose and this is my collection. So, from left to right we have my Wellesco D45, which is my very first steam engine. I've had that since my 10th birthday, many years ago. A little quality brand, an unknown German one. A nice Bing Falk transitional engine and a little Bing within the background. Some paper material that's mainly Bowman related material, so trade ads and things like that. And a set of instructions for the Bowman Luton engines. On the shelf below, mainly devoted to Merseys, although the eagle-eyed among you may also spot on the left a Wilson, and behind that a Bernac, and a couple of forum badges as well, including an unwrapped one which I'm keeping for my own satisfaction, and a little Jensen saw in the corner there. So it's a Jensen, a Mersey 52, 54, 53 and 51. They're all complete running in with their burners. Very pleased. Moving downward we enter the world of Bowman. So we have my M101, the big beast, then the M130, very rare engine. There's only a few of them known. This one I got from Colin Laker. Then we have an M122 with a dynamo sitting next to it, and in the back again some trade ads, and quite interestingly a little selection of Bowman shop display cards which I got. On the base plate of the M101 you can see a tube of Bowman steam oil. It's still full. How it survived is beyond me. Looking slightly in the shadows there, further Bowman, so from left to right an M140 with a dynamo, then an M135, an M80 in the box, a 167 and a 158, and then if you can see, just about make it out, behind the two little Bowman there is the Flying Pig, my Meccano Mamod O-gauge monstrosity. Below that, American and British. You have two Empires, left and right, a B30 and a B31. Then we have an SE1 and an SE2. Both nice early ones. The SE2 I got in the hobby shop for 20 quid. Then in the middle I have a Bernac with a box in the back. Then a Bowman M175, I think that is, with a minor one, flat disc minor one in the back. There's also a little SEL minor. So that's a nice little shelf with some hobbies handbooks in the background there. Shelf below that we have a flat base brass flywheel SE2, a minor 2 flat base brass flywheel minor 2, a smaller Wilson, SEL standard. Just behind that, you can't quite see, is a Castle product, and also lurking in the shadows is a Silden slide valve engine which I really like. And finally on the bottom shelf we have my East German EPD engine, a Jensen 60 with a dedication for Millimoos, a present from Christmas present from Indiana Rodge many years ago now. Then a Mammoth flat base wagon with logs that were sent to me by Owen Krause all the way from America. And an M135 wooden box containing various bits and pieces, pop boats, stuff like that. On top of the steam cabinet then we have quite a rare little Bowman sailing yacht. And then a selection of workshops. There's a Wellesco, and a British one, then 2 East German ones. Actually 3 East German ones. There we go. And as you can see, it's also a bookcase. Somewhat further in the bookcase we get my two of my great loves, a beautiful table engine, formerly from David Curtis's collection, and my fantastic large-scale beam, which came from Mr. Mammoth's collection and has been heavily modified by Tony Bird. Below that, various tools and parts. You can also see my Volvo Beam, which is my Welsh named first boat, radio controlled boat that I built myself when I was very ill, so I'm very proud of that, and it still gets regular outings. And next to that, my rather larger boat. There we go. Currently not commissioned, but can go on the pond very quickly. She's called Festina Lente, which means make haste slowly. And next to that, a Bowman Eagle hull made by Tony Bird, and an experimental flash steam boiler which I made inspired by Richard Synthpunk, and I'm still to do more work on that. On the wall then, a selection of hobbies and Bowman boats. The lowest one is a Miss America, which I'm currently restoring for our forum members Debbie and Dad, so Debbie and Michael. Behind that, you can't quite see at the moment because they're sharing, is a Bowman Swallow. Above there we have the Seahawk, which is the twin engine Bowman. Above that, a 1927 Hobbies Peggy. Particularly fine boat. Then we have the Snipe, the big Eagle, and right at the top a 1926 Hobbies Peggy. All in good order, all sea or at least pond worthy. And then next to that we have a little Busted Bricks Stirling cycle engine, the computer, of course, displaying the forum. This beautiful portrait of my granddad, who's got kind of watches over me, I like to think. An early painting by my daughter. And my modular synthesizer and various computer bits. This is the other bookcase. I'm a massive bookworm, I'm afraid, and if you look carefully you also see a sectioned Stuart 4, which was a present from Sandy. Right, moving on. Maybe my favourite, my Warmer Super C with the Bowman Workshop. I love this absolutely to bits, and I take it to nearly every show I go to. Then we've got a little Warmaster next to that with a little moose. Just see two little brass flywheel Mammoth driving models. And behind that we have a Bowman motor from Mr. Mammoth and two outboard motors. One of them is a Dockyard original and the other one is a copy by Tony Boxman. Shaft below that we've got my lovely little Bing locomotive, which I restored and spent loads of time. It's a present from a former colleague who found it neglected in his garage. There's a little Stuart oscillating engine sitting in front of the blow lamp there. This is just an empty tin which I got because I thought it was handy. Let's remove it from the shot because we don't need it. Then next to that we have a brass flywheel Mammoth line shaft, and yep, an SE4. Fairly recent acquisition, that, and a bit of a dream come true. Let's see if we can zoom in on that a little bit. That's worth a zoom, isn't it? Focus, man, focus. Ah, there we go. Sorry about the crap light, but you can see it. So that also formerly of David Curtis's collection. Rather important little shelf. In the background, very proud of that, is the Blackjack Memorial plaque, which I was awarded this year. So I'm looking after that for a year. Then figurines of Sandy and James with sheep and dog, and my little lying down moose, being worried by a sheep tail by the looks of things. On the left there is a Bing, a slide valve Bing, which was a box of bits which I was given by Sandy as a present. And I reconstructed it into a Bing model that has never existed, but is nevertheless very nice. And it included things like bluing the boiler and making the base. Then next to that is a Bing generating plant, and one of the really nice things about it is that it has the original beautiful sort of teardrop shaped light bulb. Two big Stuart poker burners sitting next to that, and a certificate from Rainbows. So here we have 3 Bowman locomotives on a length of Bowman track. In ascending size, we've got a 256, we've got a 300 and a little 410. Behind that there are 2 Bowman passenger wagons and various other bits of rolling stock, and some Bing rolling stock as well. Right underneath that we have my Stuart 9, which is a nice thing, very nice thing, and next to that an S50 plant with a boiler. So here we have the big green steam engine below there, which is a large slide valve engine, 1-inch bore, 2-inch stroke, and a heavily modified Mammoth SL3. I think we could touch more focus here, couldn't we? Yeah, there we go. Then my beautiful handmade 1940s era marine auxiliary engine model. It's a fantastic thing, made by a guy called Steamboat Bill on board ship where he was serving at the time. It's a fantastic thing. Above that, some familiar sights, 3 Bowman Luton engines, and then of course an SR1, Dutch accent, SR1, and a TE1A. TE1A is Daniels. On the next shelf, Matthew, we have from right to left, so that's we've got a Bassett Loc boiler with a Stuart 1.1 engine. Next to that a Stuart 180 early marine engine. Then an unidentified but really rather nice single acting piston valve marine plant, which I still have to work on. Then a beautiful Stuart Beam with a regulator and a pump, which I got from Kenneth. And my Stuart 504 workhorse boiler. It's a fantastic thing, very very powerful boiler. I take that to every show I go to. Take 2. I forgot to mention that the engine on the shelf below, the Bassett Loc boiler with the Stuart 1.1, is formerly of Mr. Mammoth, of whom I've bought more than a few engines, as well as this Stuart 10V, this reversible Stuart 10V with a boiler, probably factory made. It's a beautiful thing. It runs, it purrs like a kitten. Next to that, an Oz Steam Demon chuff pot. My collection of badges, which I mostly got from Peter's Steam. He gives me lots of presents. I don't know what I've done to please him so much, but thank you, Pete. Behind that, a commemorative plate. Nottingham area National Union of Mine Workers plate, again from Pete, so I'm very very treasured possession that one. Stuart 1010 with a generator. The 1010 came from Still Drilling. The generator came from Klaus Lutz. And then next to that, it's my most recent treasure, is my Bassett Loc Tangye plant, Tangye number 1, from about 1935, again formerly belonging to Mr. Mammoth, and that's the one that won me the Blackshank plaque. So it's an absolutely beautiful little engine, and lots of video of it about. I'll see what I can dig out. Well folks, we're slowly getting there. On top there we have my Bowman Luton valveless engine, which is an engine I chased for many years until it literally got it thrown in my lap. Well, not quite literally, but it was sold to me at a very very decent price by a good former friend called Scalex. So thank you very much for that. It's coupled up to a Stuart 500 boiler with a little generator, and it's my little generating plant. It is a beautiful little thing. 2 little Bowman marine engines there, one modified by Tony Bird. This is an original hobbies boat engine. Next to that, a little Bing locomotive, and then quite a rare Bing horizontal boiler shroud engine, which I got as a pile of rust and did lots of work on, not repainting it, just getting all the rust off and preserving what was there. And a sausage maker. Everybody needs a sausage maker. And that just about wraps it up. Alright. Well, there you have it, chaps. That's the absolute lion's share of my collection. There's a few more engines dotted about here and there, in the kitchen and in Daniel's room, and hidden away left, right and centre in boxes. But that is the vast majority of it, and I hope I haven't bored you too much. Sorry about the poor light quality. It's been a really busy week for me. I haven't been able to do as much as I wanted, but I thought I'd at least make an effort. So this is Mooseman, wishing you a fantastic Toy Steam worldwide weekend, only on the unofficial Mammoth and Other Steam forum, of which I remain a proud and happy moderator. And thank you very much for watching, and steam on, my friends. Take care, all the best.